We're ready to begin knitting the harvester hat. We've got some examples here of the different brims that you can do, but let's take a look at the pattern first. So again, we've got our colors A, B, C, and for this project, you'll be using needles US 7 and US 8, and you'll have to make a decision about if you want to use a 16-inch and knit around and around, or if you'd like to use the magic loop technique and or double points. And it's really just casting on and knitting, but there are 3 different ways that you can do your brim. Before we talk about those, let's talk about the colors again. You will cast on with your US 7 using color B. So if you remember your projects, each of your colors becomes your primary color. So the color you used in your cowl will now become an accent color. You can't make a switch on those colors or you run the risk of running out of yarn. Let's talk about the 3 different ways that you can make this hat. You can do just a single brim, which would be where you cast on the 108 stitches, and you will knit for 2.5 inches, and it's just a beanie brim. And our ribbing that we will be doing is a knit 1, purl 1 rib. So that's an option. Another option would be to do the same thing where you cast on the 108 stitches, and then you'll do a 1x1 knit 1, purl 1 rib for 5 inches. And then that's a fold-up brim. And so then you can wear, it's double thickness, but it's a fold-up brim and it allows you even to be worn down like this and wear it more like a beanie. Also then you can choose to do the provisional cast on, which is a double thick brim, but there's no, you don't fold it up. I mean, once you fold it up and knit it together, it stays. And so I'm going to be demonstrating to you how to do the provisional cast on. These cast ons are pretty basic and easy to do. And so we'll demonstrate how to do that. I'll also be demonstrating how to work on a magic loop. With the harvester hat, you will have 3 choices of what you'd like to put in the middle. So there's the ends, there are the offset arrows, and there are the large arrow. I do not have an example of the offset arrow here. But you will get charts just like we've had the charts. It's an 8 round repeat for the end. And for, there's a picture of the offset arrows. For the offset arrows, it's 8 rounds. And for the large 1 bold arrow, it is 9 rounds. So there's 1 extra round in there. The N is written out as directions that you can follow. If you're going to choose to do the arrows, you will have to follow the chart. And we'll talk about that when we get ready to do the N and review how the chart is worked. There is a chance if you want to replace something like a different letter or something else that you'd like in your hats, you can make sure that you've got 8 rounds and either 6, 9, or 12 repeats, and then you can substitute in. Again, you want to be mindful about your color management, yarn management, using a similar kind of pattern that would use a similar amount of yarn as you make a decision about if you're going to put something different in the hat. All right, I have completed rounds 1 through 10, doing the 1x1 and changing colors, and now I am ready for the N round. I am going to put the N in, and it is 8 rounds as we have talked about. Here's our chart. There's no need to do any catching of floats with the N, and with your charts, remember, you read left to right, and you start 1, and then you're going to repeat it every 12 stitches. So I will be putting markers in so that I can do my repeats and pay attention. And it's really important because this is not necessarily rhythmic. It's 3 and then 3 and 4 and 2. And so I find markers to be really, really helpful for this. And then I'll work on up to 8. If you decide to substitute the arrows at this point, it is not written. So you will have to follow the charts. Again, you're going to want to put a marker after in stitches 1 through 6 and so forth. This would be 1 through 9 and so forth. And then you'll work up following the color code as well. I'll be doing my stranded knitting just as I have done, as you have now learned in the cowl. So good luck with whatever section you decide to do, an arrow or an in, or make your own. That will be all we'll do to complete this week, and then you'll get the remainder of the hat next week.